Hello and welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I'm back again with the weekly check-in readings, finally. Got through the holiday season of 2025. We're in a new year now. And so I was like, I had my little break. So I was like, I'm going to come back and do readings. I'm going to start with the weekly check-ins. For the signs that I usually read for, which I've said before, which is Libra, Taurus, and Cancer. If you have been on the channel, then you know why I do those specific signs. I may, in the future do more signs, but I will, especially since we are, in a new month, I'm going to pick back up on doing the element reading, so earth, air, water, fire. So in a way it'll kind of cover all signs, if that makes sense. And I will do eventually when I have the time, I will do an all signs reading. So basically it's like I'm covering all signs, but not today. not for the weekly check-ins. This is something special specifically for those three signs, since those are my big three placements. So yeah, so I thought it's a way to a nod to those signs, and just all the good things. Anyway, it's kind of weird because I feel like I haven't done this in such a long time, but it hasn't really been that long. It's been a couple of weeks, but well, not a couple of weeks, more longer than that, we'll say. But yeah, so let me get all my disclaimers and things out of the way. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you will consider subscribing to the channel and stick around and enjoy the reading. If you are returning to the channel, thank you so much. That means you are a subscriber. But for whatever reason you're not a subscriber, then definitely consider subscribing. As you listen to the video, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're sharing the video if you think it would be helpful to others and they enjoy tarot, oracle card readings. If the reading is resonating with you and you feel comfortable sharing how it resonates, definitely leave a comment down in the comment section if you so choose. If not, totally understand. But if you want, you can just simply leave a cute little emoji down in the comment section just to let me know that you're rocking with me. Okay? And subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. The decks that I'm using, they'll be down in the description box below. If you want to book a personal reading with me, the way to do that will be in the description box as well. I don't believe anyone would be, acting as if they're me, trying to solicit you for readings, but I do not reach out to people to do readings for them. You have to contact me. But in the unlikely event that someone is pretending to be me, just know that ain't me. So don't get got. Okay? And what else? Background noise. You may hear noises here and there. My cousin's dog likes to come in and hang out sometimes when she's not here. So yeah, you may hear little grumbles and noises and stuff in the background. Also, outside noise. Live in the city, or a city setting rather. So you may hear noises occasionally. So, you just have to, try to keep it to a minimum. Okay. And what else? Yeah, so I'm going to be starting with Libra, as you can tell from the title of the video. I'm going to move this out of the way. Ooh. I actually have a new oracle deck that I'm going to display today, or use today rather. And it's backwards, but it's the Witching Hour, it's the Witching Hour Oracle. So again, who that is by will be down in the description box. And like I said, I'm still fairly new to doing videos and stuff, but if there is like a deck that you want me to get, then, you know, you can definitely leave that in the comment section or either just email me, and I will look into getting that. I will figure out a way to put together. I'm eventually, I'll have like an Amazon wish list or something like that. So if you want to get the deck and gift it to me, and then, you know, use it for a certain reading, I can do that. And then, yeah, you know, like, so if you do that, whoever does it, you know, once I get that up and running, and I'll give more details once I get there. Whoever like gives the deck to me, they will get a personal reading from me just for gifting. You know what I mean? So eventually that's what I would like to do. But again, it'll take a little minute for me to get there. But that's the goal. Okay. All right. So hopefully, you all had a good holiday season. I know I did. I'm back home, so very happy to be back home around normalcy. Okay, that's neither here nor there. That's a whole different story. Anyway, Libras. All right, so like I said, I have a new Oracle deck. And how I'm going to do it is how I usually would do it. Like, or I think I switched it up a little, but I'm going to go, column. I'm going to go column by column, and it's going to, you know, we're going to be looking at the weekly or the week, and it's going to be start of the week, midweek, end of the week. Okay. All right. I've already shuffled the cards. I've already called in what I like to call in spirit wise, you know, my ancestors, my deities and things that I work with. So yeah, so I've already done that, and I'm shuffling on camera, but I've already shuffled these cards. But sometimes I like to do it just to kind of jumpstart the energy even more. So yeah, and as I typically do, I will see if I have some channel messages come through for you all Libras, my fellow Libras. And okay, I don't know if Libra, some of you may be getting over like a cold, or you may have the sniffles, or like I'm seeing it's like something to do with the throat, because I was like clearing my throat just now, and I'm not sick at all. Yeah, but I'm getting something like a throat, like a, what is it called, laryngitis, or either strep throat. So yeah, you're feeling a little tingly, and it could just literally just be, you know, like a sore throat. You know, this is just a suggestion. It's not medical advice. You know, definitely consult medical advice from a, you know, a professional. But if you would like to, a remedy that I like to do when I have a sore throat is I like to mix cinnamon with ginger and honey. And you can put a little lemon juice in it and mix that all together, and that is a natural cough syrup. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Also, you can, oh, and I'm sorry, this is another like little affirmation deck. I still will use the one that you know, the created or whatever made. But I saw these, got these from the store Five Below. And I thought they were really cute. You know, they got the little rainbow and I think, yeah, it's a little dancing panda or whatever. And I thought it was cute. But that all the information about the cards will be down in the description box, like I said. But anyway, I also use mine as we go forward. Or eventually, yeah, like I'll, you know, go back and forth. Sometimes I like to change stuff up, you know, just to keep things fresh, especially since we're going into, or we're in this new year rather. Okay. So yeah, I really, yeah, like if you start feeling like a tingle, a scratch, or, you know, a scratchy feeling in your throat, just, you know, make sure you get like the throat coat, you know, tea, you know, get your, you know, natural remedies on. That's always helpful. You could even, that's what I was about to say, you can even make yourself a hot toddy if you know, drink. You know, a hot toddy, you know, it's just really basic. Like you just, you know, brew your tea on the stove. You know, get your lemon, get your ginger, get your cinnamon. The same with the little cough syrup remedy thing, our natural cough syrup. And you just mix that all in to your hot toddy or your tea. And you want to get brown liquor, something like whiskey, brandy, you know, something of that nature. You could even do rum, but just it has to be like a brown liquor, and it will knock your cold right out. I'm telling you. But anyway, so moving on from that, I don't know why I just heard shopping spree. It's kind of funny since we're coming off of the Christmas holiday and New Year's, but yeah, some of you may be, you know, treating yourself or going out or doing something like that. But yeah, shopping spree, some kind of shopping spree. Let's see what else. I'm seeing a red car. I don't know. Am I mine? And I'm hearing that song. I think it's by Tracy Chapman, Fast Car, or something like that. I think that's the name of the song, but it's something Fast Car. I don't know why that's playing in my head, but that's literally what just popped in my head. But so I don't know. Maybe it's not a good thing to be in a fast car. But I don't know, maybe maybe that's one of somebody's favorite song in this collective of Libras, or maybe you like Tracy Chapman. I don't know, but I do. I really like her song. Yeah, I'm also getting like 90s vibe because Tracy, I feel like that was kind of the 90s era. So you may be kind of like feeling nostalgic in a way. And that could be definitely possible as far as like coming off of the holiday season where, you know, you were with family, you were with, you know, close friends. And, you know, usually when family gets together, they will reminisce about certain things. You know, they'll bring up, you know, like old stories of, you know, growing up and, you know, what grandma and them used to do, you know, stuff like that. So you could still be kind of feeling nostalgic in a way like that. All right, and give me just a minute. Relief. I'm hearing this word relief. Some of you could feel like a weight is off your shoulders. You feel at ease. And you're just kind of feeling good. So that's all I'm picking up channeled messages wise, Libras. So we're gonna get into your cards. I'm gonna turn them over. I just need to take a sip of water, because y'all know I kind of talk fast. So I have to kind of slow my roll a little. Okay, so let's see. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the first column, Libras. Actually coming out in the reading with the King of Air out here. That would be the King of Swords in the original tarot. So yeah, it says King of Air, brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. And it says speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. Okay, so with that, this is kind of what it looks like. Of course, it is backwards. I am working on getting a actual better camera. So eventually the words will be, you know, wording or matching rather. Okay. So at the start of the week, Libras, you know, you may need to kind of speak your mind about something, especially, and there's a emphasis on like speaking your mind and not holding back. You may need to put your foot down with some things. And then okay, so in this card, right, there's a whole bunch of like unicorns back here with the King of Swords, you know, right here on this one. And to me, it just kind of like makes me think of like all eyes on you. People could be like looking to you for direction, some of you, but it also could be like people like paying extra attention to you for whatever reason. And like you have a lot of people, I feel like this is like a lot of people like in your business trying to figure things out, trying to, you know, seek you out, if that makes sense. But on the other hand, I don't know, I get like monitoring spirit energy from this card too. So yeah, I feel like some people are like minding your business as opposed to their own. And so you may you may need to kind of nip some things in the bud in that regard. Like, okay, like I need you to like stop minding what I'm doing and focus on what you're doing. So yeah, you may need to sort of kind of set the record straight, and just try to, because a lot of times it's okay. So here's the thing: if this is a case where you have like so many eyes on you, and you know you have people that are just only coming around just to get in your business, like asking you questions and things of that nature, like you can tell when someone's doing that. Like if you feel, and not to make anyone feel paranoid or anything like that, but it can literally feel like all eyes on you, right? You, like if you feel like eyes are on you, even though nobody's around, if you feel like someone is calling your name but they're not, again, I am not a medical professional. You know, if you are experiencing some things like that, then definitely go to a professional if it's getting to a point where you really think that you are, you know what I mean? Because that can be other things as well. So, but with monitoring spirits, like they will F with you. Like it can make you feel like your skin is crawling, like little bugs are like crawling on you. Like you have eyes on you with no one around. Okay, so with the whole monitoring spirit things, it can be like that, and it can literally be someone that you're not really familiar with, or like people that you haven't even talked to like in forever, coming into sliding in your DMs trying to figure out what's going on with you, because you're to yourself, because you're not, you know, advertising everything that you're doing, it can feel that way. So just, again, because the way that they're like, the unicorns are just kind of like laser focused straight ahead. It's just kind of like they're looking, monitoring something, monitoring this one individual here. So yeah, so definitely just be mindful of that, and you know, just, you know, make sure you're on your P's and Q's, and you know, just, you know, tell them like, you like, I know what's up. You know what I mean? Like, I know who you are. I know what you're trying to do. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Sorry for my language, but literally. But on the other hand, if this is something where, you know, you have to, you know, speak your mind in a delegating way, like you need to, you know, direct people, maybe you're like a supervisor or a boss or something like that, and maybe you need to, you know, do some delegating, you know, assigning some things. Maybe you need assistance, you know, or help with something, because it also has like seek out professional advice down or on the card as well. So again, yeah, maybe you need to reach out to others for assistance, help with research on a certain subject, anything like that. So like, just, yeah, like just make sure, just be careful, especially with the King of Air coming out and Libra being an air sign. Just be mindful of your thoughts, how you're thinking. Don't make impulse decisions, because it says balance mental and emotional considerations. So yeah, just make sure you're, you know, just being mindful of what's reality and what's not. Okay. So the card that aligns with this is Book of Spells. Again, it's backwards. 22, number 22 in this deck. And it says Book of Spells, learn. So yeah, I really feel like with that card aligning with the King of Air and what I just mentioned, there may be something that you need to reconsider. There may be something that you need to learn, which would be the seeking out professional advice. I'm seeing like a library and books, especially with the books here, and it's, you know, Book of Spells, but books over here. So maybe, you know, taking a trip to the library or a bookstore could help you. I literally just had a book haul or went on a book haul as a treat to myself for, you know, Christmas. So maybe you're, you know, due for that, especially if you're, you know, fixated or wanting to know more about a certain subject. Then maybe you would do well to go to a library or go to, you know, a bookstore, or even order some books off of wherever you like to shop from or get your books from. And, you know, you can do more research that way. And it's also like you're seeking out the advice of a professional by reading their books and seeing, you know, getting their insight on whatever subject it is. Okay. So by midweek, we have Nine of Water. And so like air sign, water signs, you have two water cards. So you could be dealing this week with water signs or people who have water sign placements, as well as other air, you know, air signs. Okay. So yeah, by midweek you have Nine of Water, and it says, your wishes or your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life. Okay. That's what it looks like. Let me see if I can kind of, very blue. I love that color though. It's really, I like that color blue, the teal as well as the darker blue. And do y'all, I don't know, for some reason it just made me think of this, and it could be like the nostalgia reminiscent type thing, but like it seems like when we were younger, like the sky was like very deep blue, like it was this color blue, right? Like, yeah, I remember looking at the sky and it was like this color. Now it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't look that, it didn't look like that. It's almost about this color, this teal, but it used to be like, it almost looked like the ocean, you know what I mean? I don't know. Let me know if you agree, like you remember when the sky used to be like that deep beautiful blue. Like it's still blue, but it just looks like it's faded. I don't know, it just looks different to me. Anyway, and that could be, because of, the chemtrails and the environment, global warming, that type of shit. So it could be definitely that. But I don't know. That could be significant. Maybe some of you that could be the subject that some of you want to learn more about or know more about. I don't know. But yeah, so like by midweek, I feel like whatever it is that you may have needed to be direct about, learn more about, you kind of get to a place where like your concern about it fades away. Because I'm really focused on concerns fade away. Like, and then like the whole like wishes come true, a love of life. Yeah, like it goes back to what I mentioned in the channel messages, is that I feel like Libras, despite whatever is going on here with the King of Air, I feel like the all eyes on you, having to kind of put your foot down. I feel like that's more so like not a like a deep negative situation per se. I feel like it's more of an annoyance that you need to just take care of. And so I feel like even then you're going into the new year. Libras are going into this new year, this first week of the new year, feeling really good, feeling content. There's not much that can really put you in a bad mood or steer you wrong. If little things pop up, these are like little things that pop up, like where you need to like maybe direct someone, kind of be, a little bit, what I mean, matter of fact about something. It could be that, but for the most part, by midweek, whatever those annoyances were at the start of the week, it'll be gone by the midweek, if that makes sense. Okay, and so then you have Secret Trail, and this is number 9, and it says Ascension. Really cool looking card. Yeah, I feel like with Ascension, it goes, right with your wishes come true, a love of life. I feel like you've gotten to, because Libras, our sign, like we've been going through a lot the past couple of years, astrologically. And so I feel as though we're kind of coming into a season of ease, if that makes sense. A season of just being allowed to just be. You know what I mean? And so it can feel almost like an ascension, like you've been through so much. You've gone through the dark night of the soul, as they would say, or just your shadow side, and like a lot of shit has just happened back to back, and so it's just kind of like going into this new year. It's just kind of like a breath of fresh air, like again, like the weight is off your shoulder. Okay. And also with Ascension, like the Book of Spells over here, it's like you're learning things as you go along this trail, as you go along your path. So, and it's getting you to your wish fulfillment or your wishes coming true. And so you have that love of life again. Like you can breathe easier, if that makes sense. Okay. And so then by the end of the week, we have 7 of Water. It says a complex decision, the need to do research, like I mentioned over here. So this is literally why the books are here, and you're doing that. Stop procrastinating. And Libras are known for procrastinating. So, and even with the 7 of Water, it usually will have on the original tarot like the 7 chalices here on the card, and it's like filled with different things, different options. So it could be that the decision that you need to make, you have like several different options that you can choose from. And so by the end of the week, you may be kind of overwhelmed with choice. You may feel like you need to kind of take a step back and then, like, again, research certain things. But I feel like you're doing that, Libras. Like, I feel like, again, like with this, going to the bookstore, going to a library, whatever, you know, tickles your fancy, even just getting on your laptop and doing research on the laptop, on your phone, whatever, because your phone is like a little mobile computer that you can take with you everywhere. So it could be doing that. Maybe you're researching options for a trip that you want to take. Maybe you're, you know, researching, again, specific subjects that you want to learn more about. And you have all these options or routes to go. And it's funny because with the trail, it makes me think of different options, different trails as well. So, you know, this could be not just one path. You could have several different paths or several different things that you could go, you know. But what it can do, and it's funny, the card that you are also funny that you have, enter at your own risk, number 11 down here. And it's like little spooky person entity thing here. But I really feel like this is more so being afraid of the choices and being afraid of what could happen as opposed to what is happening. So it's like, you know, putting like your quote unquote armor on and just going for it, taking a leap of faith. But also, like, again, doing your research, you know, stopping for a minute and doing your research and seeing what the best possible outcome or best possible path would be. Okay? So just, you know, don't allow whatever the big scaries over here to scare you, because this could be like your own overthinking, your own self-doubt, trying to stop you from where you want to go. Okay? So that's how I think of this card. You know, it's like enter at your own risk. I feel like, you know, sometimes we do need to take risk, and when we take risk, it usually gets us, you know, good results. You know, just as long as we have sort of kind of crossed our, you know, T's and dotted our I's, you know what I mean? And did our due diligence, like I like to say. Okay, so your affirmation card says, today I feel optimistic. Today I will see the beauty and goodness in the hearts of every person I interact with. It's backwards, but that's what it says. And I'll read it again. Today, but you can apply this for the week of January 5th. It says, today I feel optimistic, or this week I feel optimistic. This week I will see the beauty and goodness in the hearts of every person I interact with. Okay? I think that goes back to over here. It's just like not allowing people to steal your joy, steal your shine, especially if they're like annoying the F out of you. You know, just don't let them do that. Okay, Libras? So that was your reading. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, definitely, like I said, like the video. You know, leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know how it resonated. If you feel comfortable sharing. If not, understand. You can leave a cute emoji down in the comment section. And if you want, you can leave a little panda or a little rainbow down there for the Libras. And yeah, share the video if you think it would be beneficial to someone who is also a Libra or has Libra placements that you know of. Subscribe to the channel and come back next time. I will see you next week. And yeah, thank you. Glad to be back. Hopefully you come back, stick around, do all the things. Thank you. Bye.